Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming in. We're here for a 1 hour stability class. And everyone's here that signed up, so if you want to find a little room, feel free to do that. Adjust your mat, find the right space, and then make your way to standing. So just stand up nice and tall. Oh, wait. One quick announcement. Sorry about that. Thursdays, we have a 6:30 stability class in the evenings, and that has changed back to a candlelight format. So the lights are dim, there's candles in the room, and there's less queuing. So just a little reminder for that class. So standing up nice and tall, roll your shoulders up, back and down, settle in, you're here, you made it. Sometimes that's the hardest part. And as we come into alignment, you can close your eyes or look down towards your feet. You do want a little space between toes and heels so that your feet are just under your sitting bones and your heels are right behind your middle toes. Okay, and then we ground down strong through the four corners of each foot. So big toe mound, shifting weight to the outer edge of the heel, little toe mound, shifting weight back to the inner edge. And as you press through those four corners, spread them nice and wide. And then you'll lift your toes, spread your toes wide. If it helps, you can rock the weight a little left and right, forward, backward, feeling into your foundation. And as you're pressing down, you're creating a lift or pull back up through the arches of the feet. And then you relax the toes down on the mat. So try to leave your toes light through your practice. So we'll draw the shins forward, pull the quadricep muscles up and back, allowing your legs to engage without the knees locking. And then lengthening the tailbone down so your pelvis is neutral and setting the core. So the area just below the belly pulling in and up, ribs pulling back in and down. So you keep that core engaged, get nice and long in the sides of the body. You should feel the heart lift. Lower points of the shoulders come in towards the spine. Okay, so the palms might just rotate a little forward naturally. And then bringing the line of the jaw back, neck in line, standing a little taller, crown of the head to the ceiling. And this is mountain pose. So if you're steady, close your eyes and just allow yourself to feel this alignment in your body. And remember, you're going to have this alignment in every other posture that you come into. And when you're ready, you can bring your hands up to heart center. And in that space, you can align your practice with a purpose, maybe what brought you here today, or just take a moment, be still and quiet. So as you move through your practice today, try to be curious and not judgmental. Just keep that in mind if maybe a posture isn't what you want it to be or your balance is a little off. Curious and not judgmental. Let's keep those intentions close. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. We'll start by breathing together. So pranayama, allowing your eyes to open, interlace the fingers up to the webbing, place the knuckles under the chin, and then we'll exhale through the nose, shift the gaze up, breathing out. And then we'll inhale through the nose, the chin drops level, elbows reach high to the ceiling. Good. Exhale out, wrists, forearms, elbows together at the end of the breath. Good. Inhale and fill. Breath moving across the back of the throat. Elbows lift. Exhale, breathe out, wrists, forearms, elbows come together right at the end. Good. Inhale and fill. Good. Exhale, empty. Let the elbows flare away from the chest right at the end. And inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Inhale completely. Exhale completely. And then your last one, so make it your deepest breath. Press the feet down, lungs fill, the elbows a little higher at the top, and then empty all of that air out. Good. And then just relax your arms by your sides. And we'll move into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Rotate the palms, inhale. Sweep the arms high, find steeple mudra at the top, and move a little here, left and right, forward, backwards. You can draw circles on the ceiling. Just becoming aware, conscious, just noticing your body. And when you're ready, make your way back to center. So the first part, you can bring your toes a little closer together. And as you press the feet down in the mat, draw the tail down, inhale, lift the heart up. And as you exhale, upper body right and hips left. So square yourself off to the front of the room, chin level, throat visible, and the biceps are strong by the ears. As you move with your breath, nice and long on the inhale, reach out through the fingers. Finding your depth on your exhale, reaching up and over the right side without crunching. So we'll hold and breathe for 3. A little more length for 2. And release. We'll come back to center. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, body left and hips right. Okay, so same alignment. Watch the shoulders, especially the right one. If it's rolling forward, try to draw that shoulder blade down the spine. A little pull on the right hand with the left, lengthening on your inhale. And finding a little more depth on your exhale. So anchor down through the outside edge of that right foot. One more breath here. And release. We'll come back to center for the third part. Make sure you do have a little space back between toes and heels. If you want to soften, bring your hands to the low back with the fingers pointing down. We'll press the feet down, draw the tail down, inhale, lift the heart up. And you're in the posture here. It's your first frontline opening, so just be gentle as you lift the heart, reaching up and over the low back. If you have your hands at your waist, just make sure you're not pressing the hips forward. And then gently at the end, you can take the gaze back. And release. Inhale, center, exhale, mountain. And we'll just move forward, top of the mat. Modified sun salutation, Surya Namaskar. So rotate the palms, inhale, sweep the arms high. And as you exhale, forward fold. So inhale, a little bend in the knees, line your fingers with your toes, offer the heart, and as you exhale, the right foot will step back. So once you're in your lunge, you can drop the back knee down and release the top of the foot. And you draw the hips a little forward and down, maybe rounding the forehead in the direction of the knee, or some lateral movement, opening up through the neck, and then noticing your hip flexors, right side. And to release here, you tuck the right toes under, coming back into your lunge. Inhale the breath. Exhale, hands flat and step back, downward facing dog. Now on your next inhale, you're shifting the body forward, finding a high plank. If you'd like to soften, just drop the knees to the mat. So nice and strong through the core, pressing through the hands, like you're pressing that mat away from you. Inhale the breath. And on your exhale, lower. So baby cobra, hands under your shoulders. And as you inhale, lift your heart up. Okay, opening through the front line, grounding down through the tops of the feet. Make sure your hands are active, they're pressing down, heart lifts. And release. We'll bring the forehead down. At the end of your next exhale, press up to all fours. I'm gonna drop the hips back to the heels. And this is extended child's pose, resting posture. So you can come here anytime for any reason. If this is a newer practice for you, this is your resting posture. And just get nice and long in the spine, letting everything spill open. And on your next inhale, come up to all fours, tuck the toes and push back, downward facing dog. So feel free to move a little more if you'd like to here, kind of opening up, bending the knees, walking it out. You can always just hold, stay still. And come back to center. We'll align the down dog. So spread your fingers nice and wide. And as you press your hands down, you're drawing your hips up and back. So it's like an upside down V. Okay, any rounding in the spine, just a little bend in the knees. The spine nice and long. And getting long on the sides of the body. Pull the ribs down and in. Your core is still strong. Inward rotation of your thighs. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. All right, then we'll lift the heels. Inhale, sweep your right leg high, straight and strong. Big step through. So knee tight to the chest. It might take several steps. Just find your lunge. And drop the back knee down. And hips drawing forward and down, maybe rounding forehead towards the knee. Just hold and breathe. And just notice this side. And to release, you'll tuck the left toes under, coming back into your lunge. Next, inhale, left foot steps to meet the right. Exhale, forward fold. And bring the hands to heart center. Tuck the chin on your inhale, pull the belly in and round yourself up to the top. When you get there, find mountain. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms high, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. All right, inhale, long spine, offer the heart. Exhale, left foot steps back. This time we're holding the lunge and feeling your alignment. So you want the front knee right on top of your ankle. You might need to scoot that right foot forward a little to make that happen. Strong in your back leg. Press the left heel back, hamstring lifting. Inhale. And as you exhale, hands flat, step back, downward facing dog. All right, next inhale, shifting forward, finding that high plank. You might need to wiggle the toes back. Nice and strong, press the mat away from you. And as you exhale, lower. So this time we'll slide the hands back just a little farther and come high onto your fingertips. Inhale, lift the heart. So as you continue to create length in that front line, you want the elbows closer to the body and they draw back and down as the heart lifts up. And release, forehead down for your press up. Palms flat under your shoulders, tuck the toes under, engaging the quadriceps, we'll lift the knees. Bottom of your exhale, press back up into your plank, hold strong. And exhale, hips back. Downward facing dog. So you might need to walk your feet up or your hands back in that transition. It's not always perfect. And then just feel into your down dog. So spread the fingers nice and wide. You want your index fingers pointing straight ahead. They're parallel to the sides of the mat. And your weight should be more forward, so lighter in the wrists. That means if you can pick your fingers up easily, you need to shift the weight more forward. All right, pressing the hands down, just feel the length in the spine. And set the shoulder blades away from the ears, down the back. If you're ready to open a little more through that back line, you can lower the heels towards the floor. Take a deep breath in. Slow breath out. All right, we'll lift the heels. Inhale, sweep your left leg high, straight and strong. Big step through. Knee tight will help you get that foot up eventually in one step, and you're back in your lunge. And just feeling on the side, strong in your legs, your core. You're becoming a little higher on your fingertips as you lengthen the heart forward. Next inhale, right foot steps to meet the left. Exhale, forward fold. So hands to feet from behind. Inhale to a half lift first. So palms to shins, nice long spine. And now you bend the knees and glue your stomach to your thighs and your chest to your knees. Wrapping your forearms around behind your calves, the fingers may slide under the heels. And from here, keeping that compression with your upper body and your legs, on your exhale, begin to lift your hips by engaging your quadriceps. Okay? So the back line will open in time. Just keep in mind that it runs from the bottoms of the feet all the way around to the crown of your head, the top. Okay, the hips will begin to shift forward as you open, stacking more of your knees, your ankles. And as you find your edge, just a little more weight into the ball mounds of the feet. Hold and breathe. And release. Bring the fingers back in front. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. So a little bend in the knees, rotate the palms. Inhale, sweep high, lengthen at the top. Exhale, mountain. Over awkward Utkatasana, you can step back to the middle of the mat and make sure you've got space between toes and heels. If you'd like to measure, you can place 2 fists on the mat. So coming into the posture, we extend the arms parallel to the ground with the palms facing down. Inhale the breath. And as you exhale, bend your knees, lower your hips. So you're finding an imaginary chair, like a squat. Okay, so it's normal for the upper body to pitch forward as your hips lower, because your lowest point here, you can't have your thighs parallel to the ground. Okay, to align, take a look down. Your big toes should be light and visible. Nice strong core. Tail down, ribs in, and then lengthen through the sides of the body. Keep the heart lifting. Finding your edge, you can bring your spine a little closer to the back of the room. Hold. Nice change. The second part, you're rolling up high over all 10 toes and lifting your heels high. Inhale the breath. And as you exhale, bend the knees and lower the hips. So knees up, heels up. And keep the spine straight like it's sliding down the back wall. But your lowest point here, you do want the hips to hover right above your knees. Okay, so find that space, that edge. And then for a little challenge, you can lift your heels higher to the front of the room, steady. Good, and change. So your third part, if you have any knee issues, feel free to skip this or repeat one of the first 2 parts. Thighs spin in, knees touch, a little weight is shifting forward. Big inhale breath. And on your exhale, squeezing the inner thighs together to ride that breath all the way down. Take your time. Once you're down, your hips to heels, okay, balancing. Okay, again, high on all 10 toes, heels high. So your toes are like a shelf. Arms and legs are parallel to each other and the floor. So strong in your base, your legs. And then feel the mountain pose in the posture. So long in the sides of the body, ribs down, heart lifting, shoulders down the back. And you're holding here. Or for a challenge, you can lift your hips a little higher off the heels. Exhale. On your inhale, come back to standing. Good. Find mountain at the top. Come to the top of the mat. We'll turn one time facing the right for warrior 2 and triangle. Rotate the palms. Inhale, sweep the arms high. And as you exhale, a big step out to your right, 4 to 5 feet. So the arms are parallel here, and on your right foot, spin the toes to face the back of the room. Good. As you exhale, bend your knee and come into your lunge. So again, the front knee should be tracking right on top of that ankle. If you need to, just widen the stance a little bit, moving that right foot forward. And then anchoring down through the outside edge of your left foot. The legs are strong and active, shoulders right on top of your hips. And feel the lower points of the shoulders slide down as your heart lifts. You lengthen out from there. Inhale, shift the gaze left, flip the palms, and tilt. Okay, so if you need to modify, you can rest your forearm right on top of that right thigh for full extension. The elbow does stay above the knee and the arm is straight. Okay, so one line from your left armpit down to your left foot. Okay, side bodies are parallel, so nice strong core, keeping your upper body lifted, tail down, ribs in. So just bring this arm in front of your leg. There you go, nice. A little spin, right side under. Gaze up. And change. We'll come back, warrior 2. Straighten out that right knee, pivot the right toes, and then spin your left toes to face the front, lined up heel to heel. Exhale, bending that knee, finding your lunge. So align first. Take a look at your front foot. Knee is lined up with your middle toes. That means your big toe is visible. The right arm disappears behind you in the mirror, but it does have a tendency to lag off a little bit, so just make sure that it's nice and engaged. Good, nice. Hug into center, lengthen out. Inhale, shift the gaze right, flip the palms, and tilt on your exhale. So if you have that left arm straight, Gently squeeze the forearm and the knee together. Left side of the hip is open and tucking under. Okay, so hug that right shoulder blade into the socket and then extend your right arm straight up. Good. Okay. Little spin, left side under. Hold and breathe. And nice, and we'll change, coming back to warrior two. Straighten the left knee, pivot the left toes. On your inhale, left foot steps to meet the right, palms touch. Exhale, mountain. Wide-legged twist. Inhale, sweep the arms high. We'll touch the palms, and on your exhale, big step out to your left. So your arms are parallel, and you do want all 10 toes to point straight ahead. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, hinge, and come forward. And once you get down, place your left hand on your mat, maybe a block or water bottle if you have one. Right hand on your hip, sacrum, and start to stack the right shoulder. Okay, so you want to notice the right side of your hip. If it's lifting, square it off to the floor. And at that point, you can extend your right arm high. Okay, so you're always going to be twisting from the core up. And legs are engaged. Press the feet down, relax the toes, hug into center. And it's like you're extending the top of the head forward. Someone's gently lengthening your hips back. One more breath. And release. We'll just switch it out. Right hand down, left hand, hip or sacrum, and begin to stack. So on this side, you do have the mirror. That's useful because you can see your hips. Okay, so level off, let the mirror go, and find your expression. Maybe extending your left arm. Okay. And try to really feel into the concept of twisting from the core up. So your spine is like a spiral staircase. Okay, a little gentle press on your right hand. You can spin the right side under, find a little depth, hold. And release. Bring that right hand down. So we're going to come up halfway to neutralize, long spine, strong core, arms spread wide. And on your inhale, come back to standing. But at the top, right foot steps to meet the left, palms touch. Exhale, mountain. Right. Inhale, sweep the arms high, and this time, palms stay together, cross your thumbs. And take a shorter step to the right, 2.5, 3 feet. Pick up all 10 toes and spin to face the back of the room. So your back foot, the toes are pointing more forward. And as you press the feet down, inhale to lengthen up. Exhale, twist open to your right. So you can always start with that right hand on your hip and just helping to keep the hips square. Eventually that arm extends behind you. Okay, so really feel your entire body. Feet pressed down, again, toes relaxed. Stand up tall, hug into your center, and from there, lengthen through your fingers. And we'll release, bringing that right hand to the hip, left arm high. Inhale, lengthen up, and on your exhale, hinge and come forward. So your left hand, shin block, foot or floor. So the alignment here, keeping your spine straight. If you're rounding, just come up a little higher. Okay, so switch your hands out. Switch your hands, your arms. Left arm down. There you go. Perfect. Okay, so nice long spine. Thighs rotating in. You're reaching the top of the head forward, lengthening your hips back. And release. The right hand will come down and pick up the left hand. Inhale. Arms and body sweep high. All right, pick up all 10 toes. So spin to face the front and make sure that your feet, there is a little separation between the two. Press down, inhale, lengthen up, exhale, open to your left. Okay, so right arm in front, left hand at your hip or behind you. And with the shoulders right on top of your hips, the hands extend out from the shoulders. So again, hugging to center, nice and strong. And from there, lengthen out through your fingers. Gaze is always the last thing for a little depth. And now change. Left hand at your hip, right arm high. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hinge. Come forward, straight spine. So right hand, shin block, foot or floor. The spine is rounding, just come up a little higher. Stack that left shoulder, coming into your twist from the core up. Okay, so it helps if you can anchor down through the outside edge of your back foot. There you go, good. It helps bring the weight back, and try to draw your left hip back, right hip forward, spinning the right side under. Good. Releasing the left hand down, it will pick up the right. Inhale, arms and body sweep high. And we'll pick up all 10 toes and spin to face the side. When you get there, left foot steps to meet the right. Exhale, mountain. Okay, so we'll take a break here, have some water, you can wipe off. Feel okay?
Yeah.
Good? Good.
Yeah.
And when you're done with your break, you come back to standing and drop into that initial alignment mountain pose. Kind of helps bring you back. Okay, moving forward with curiosity. Okay, balancing eagle, rotate the palms, inhale, sweep the arms high. And as you exhale, swing your right arm under the left. We're hooking at the elbows, palms together, and thumbs towards the face. Okay, so you're keeping the heart lifting, the elbows lowering, and on your exhale, bend the knees deep, and bring your right leg up, over, and around. So let's switch your arms. There you go. You guys catch your shoulders. Perfect. Okay, so you're balancing here. The foot may dangle to the side, or the toes can tuck behind the calf. And you're letting your hips and your shoulders rotate forward and open up. Okay. If you're leaning forward, try to bring a little more weight into your standing heel, the spine more vertical. And as you balance, you're holding your eye gaze to one point of focus. Make sure that you're breathing. Okay, relax your face, your jaw. And nice, we'll release. Inhale, sweep the arms high. And as you exhale, left arm under the right, hook at the elbows until your fingertips are right at forehead level. Exhale, bend the knees deep, and bring your left leg around. Okay, so again, the toes can dangle, they can tuck behind the calf. If they are tucked, to deepen, slide the toes towards the heel, and just let the knees bend, hips lower. Okay. Eye gaze, one point of focus. Switch your arms, left on your right. There you go. Okay, holding and breathing as you hold the posture. Good, beautiful. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, mountain. We'll come forward to the top of the mat for a low lunge. All right, rotate the palms. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. All right, inhale, long spine, offer the heart. Exhale, the right foot will step back. You're dropping the back knee down, releasing the top of the foot. And as you inhale, sweep the arms and the body high. Okay, place your left hand on your knee, right hand to your hip or sacrum. And the hips will draw forward and down. So this is really your second time here. Just notice if it feels any different, a little more open through the hip flexors. And if you're ready to deepen, you can move your right hand a little lower and your left hand may be back or extending up. So grounding down through the front foot, the back shin, hugging to center. Okay. And then feeling the extension in your upper body. So think of your legs as your base, and the length comes from your waist up. Maybe feeling the heart lift for a little depth. Good. And then release. We'll bring the hands down. You tuck the right toes under, lunge. Inhale, right foot steps to meet the left. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, long spine, offer the heart. Exhale, left foot steps back. And drop the back knee down, release the top of the foot. Inhale, arms and body sweeping high. So right hand to your knee, left hand, hip or sacrum. Hips draw forward and down, and just notice this side if it's different. Okay, listen to your body and find your expression, your depth. You want to keep the hips and the shoulders square to the front of the room. If you have that right arm extended, feel the length from the hip point as you reach out through the fingers. Okay, shoulder blades like a shelf, lifting the heart up. Hold and breathe. And release. We'll bring the hands down, tuck the left toes under, lunge. On your next inhale, the left foot steps to meet the right. Exhale, forward fold. A little bend in the knees, rotate the palms, inhale, sweep high. And at the top, you can lift the heart, shift the gaze. Inhale, center, exhale, mountain. All right, from the top of the mat, turn one time and face the left. So standing, separate legs stretching. Inhale, sweep the arms high, touch the palms, and as you exhale, a big step out to your left, 4 to 5 feet. So the arms are parallel, and you do want the sides of the feet lined up with the mat. Inhale, lift the heart, and on your exhale, hinge and come forward. Nice straight spine. So just a moment here to recover. If you want to bend the knees, move the hips, or hang heavy. And then coming into the stretch. So bend your knees enough that you can wrap all 5 fingers around the outsides of your feet. And if you're a little tight, you can always capture the backs of your ankles. Excuse me. Okay, inhale, nice long spine. And as you exhale, begin to lift your hips by engaging the quadriceps. Okay, so if your spine ever rounds, just bend the knees, pull the heart through. Your back line's going to open in time. Okay, so the hips will start to shift over the knees and the ankles, and extending the top, the crown of the head down towards the mat. Okay, be shifting a little weight forward, ball mounds of the feet, hold and breathe. And release. So bring the fingers back to the mat and come up halfway. Nice long spine, strong core, arms wide. And as you inhale, come back to standing. Okay, at the top, the right foot steps to meet the left, palms touch. Exhale, mountain. All right, we'll turn one time to face the front, balancing staff. So face the front of the room. There you go. Inhale, sweep the arms high, steeple mudra. And you'll step your left foot forward, the right foot lifts. So right here, you're in the posture. To deepen on your exhale, the back leg lifts and the belly lowers. Okay, so you're finding more of a capital T shape, but it's okay to stay a little higher if you're rounding forward. So you do want the biceps up by your ears. Good, nice. And then reach your fingers forward, lengthen your toes back. And release. Okay, so step your left foot back, and now your right foot forward. Okay, and you're in the posture here. As you exhale, hinge at the hips, lift your back leg, and your belly lowers. Just spinning that left thigh in, keeping the hips square to the mat. The gaze shifting just under the forearms, heart lifting, lengthen, and hold. And release. Good. We'll step that right foot back, relax the arms. Now moving forward, middle of the mat for standing bow. We'll rotate the palms, inhale, sweep the arms high. And then release your right arm back, bend your knee and catch your grip. So from the instep, if you can, and you're in the posture here. So again, from a balanced space, to deepen kick back into your hand. So not pulling on your foot. The belly lowers and you keep the heart lifting with the gaze forward, chin level to the ground. So eventually that right foot grows out of the top of the head. So you're kicking back, maybe reaching up just a little higher. And release. We'll switch it out with the right arm windmilling high and the left arm comes back. Bend your knee and catch your grip. So you're in the posture here. Again, be curious, kick back, notice your balance. Keep your left knee in line with your hip and your ankle. Okay. strong and straight in that standing leg without the knee locking. You're kicking back and then reaching, finding your edge. Good, release. As soon as you place that left foot down on the mat, shift the weight, bend your right knee for tree. This is your last standing posture. So you'll catch the shin, give it a squeeze first, and then you place your foot on top or to the inside of your left leg. Okay, so listening to your hips. If you're steady, you can bring both hands up to heart center, and you're in the posture right here. Okay, you can stay, you're balancing, or maybe find branches. So grounding down through that left foot, relax the toes, spread your X wide. Okay. Relaxing your face, separating your teeth. So notice where you're hanging on, and maybe you need to let go a little. Feeling your balance. Bring the hands back together at heart center. And as you step that right foot down, shift the weight and bend your left knee. Catch your shin, a little squeeze, and then place your foot top or inside of the right leg. Okay, if the foot's not sliding, then both hands up to heart center. And finding your expression. Notice how you're being. You relax the toes on your right foot. If you have your arms lifted, slide the shoulders down the back. Good. Steady. Bring the hands back together, heart center. Step your left foot down. Right, so stand tall and mountain, just feel, take a full cycle of breath. And we'll turn around, lie down on your backs, head towards the front of the room, feet towards the back. And have some water, take a little break. If you feel good through your hips here, reclining gentle, so that's bringing the bottoms of the feet together and allowing your knees to relax open. And just notice your breath. It's your constant. Allow your knees to float back together when removing. Give yourself a big hug around your shins, opposite wrists, forearms, or elbows. Now on your inhale, let your belly fill with air. And on your exhale, you hug the shins back down into your chest. Good. Inhale, fill. Exhale, squeeze. And take your deepest breath in. And then pull the shins down. Breathe out. And just find a looser grip here, shins or knees, a little movement on the mat. All right, so extend both legs high. And then bend your knees until your toes disappear. Send the right leg long, left knee stays bent for bicycles, hands by your ears. Now bring your right elbow towards your left knee. And switch to the other side. Hold. And switch, hold. Switch, hold. Switch, hold. Good. Switch, hold. We'll go just a little faster for 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. One side, hold. Good, switch, other side, hold. And now bend both knees and bring your elbows close to your thighs. From there, extend your arms long towards the back wall. Pull the ribs in, a little reach, hold. Okay, and now extend the legs high again. Relax your upper body on the mat. Palms down, arms by your sides, maybe the forearms under the hips. Inhale the breath. And on your exhale, lower the legs 1/3 of the way. Inhale, lift. Exhale, 2/3. Inhale, lift. Exhale, let your heels hover above the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, 1/3. Hold, breathe. Inhale, lift. Exhale, 2/3. Hold, breathe. Inhale, lift. Exhale, heels hover above the mat. Good, inhale, lift. Now as slowly as you can, exhale and lower your heels all the way down. Now, once they land, just release your arms, send them overhead, nice and long if you have room, and just lengthen out long in the sides of the body. And then we'll bend the knees, plant the feet on the mat, and extend all 10 fingers to the sky. So grip your low back in the floor, eliminate that little space, big inhale breath. Slowly on your exhale, come all the way up. Now at the top, hug your shins and sit up nice and tall. Long spine. Very good. From here, turn around and lie down. You'll come onto your stomach. Moving the muscles around the spine. So for Cobra, hands are under your shoulders. Make sure your legs are nice and strong. So grounding down through the tops of the feet. Strong through your quads, relax through your glutes. And the hands are under your shoulders. Okay, next inhale, lift your heart up. So notice your low back right now with your hands down. And if you feel strong and supported, you can begin to unweight the hands and see how that makes a difference. The low back is doing the lifting. Maybe the hands come up completely. Hold and breathe here. And release. Left cheek down, gaze right. So bring your toes a little closer and allow your heels to fall open. Bring your chin, your mouth back to the floor, flip the palms down. If you're able to roll right and left, bringing the forearms under your body, you can do that. If it's tight or uncomfortable, just leave your arms to the sides. Okay, chin on the mat, and on your next inhale, lift your right leg up. Okay, so lengthening the toes out, you spin the thigh in. And release the right foot down. Next inhale, lift your left leg. Kind of grounding through that left hip point, reach the toes back. And release. So you have two adjustments here, mouth to the mat and the fingers move closer to the toes. Okay, next inhale, you're lifting both feet at the same time. So grounding through the hands, the weight is shifting forward to the upper spine. That's where the lift is coming from. So as you press the hands down, be a little reach. And then with control, release the feet down, release the arms out from under your body, gaze left. Sometimes it feels good to wiggle your fingers here, just kind of get the blood flowing. And if you feel like you got bunched up there, you can place your hands on the mat, just lengthen your heart forward. Coming into full locust, we have a little more room today, so spread your arms nice and wide, palms down. Chin on the mat. Next inhale, lift your arms, your heart, and your feet. You want to keep the heart higher than your legs, so the feet should just be hovering above the mat. The mid-spine is lifting, hands about forehead level, right behind the shoulders. Hold. And release. Good. Gaze right, left cheek down. Come up for Sphinx. So prop yourself up onto your forearms. All 10 fingers are pointing straight ahead. Your elbows are close to your body, underneath your shoulders. And you can ground down through the tops of the feet, or if you tuck the toes under, that will lift your knees. Okay, so you're in the posture right here. Should feel like your elbows are trying to pull back without moving. Belly button's dragging forward and nice and open through your collarbone. Heart lifting to bring the chin back and send the top of the head up. Holding here. And release the forehead down, press up to a tabletop, and we're coming into cowboy, cowgirl. The knees separate 6 to 8 inches and bring your feet together. Lower your hips down to your heels, and you bring your hands behind you, away from your feet. Now this is your starting point. And on your next inhale, press through your hands and your shins and lift your hips up and forward. Okay, so the up happens naturally, but we're focusing more on the forward, opening through the quadriceps, the hip flexors. Okay, one more breath to deepen. And as you release, bring your hips to your heels, just sit up nice and tall, close your eyes, take a breath. All right, bring your hands out in front, come up to a tabletop, tuck the toes, push back, downward facing dog. So on your next inhale, shifting your body forward, coming into a high plank, and as you exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Dhanurasana, floor bow. Bend the knees and reach back. So you can flex the toes down and catch the ankle crease, or toes up, catch the tops of the feet. Start with the chin on the mat. And on your next inhale, kick back into your hands, the entire spine lifting. So try to keep your knees in line with your hips as you come up. And the thighs may lift off the mat. At that point, you're kicking back. You can begin to reach and maybe kick up a little higher, holding. Good, release. Right cheek down, gaze left. Hands under your shoulders. We'll press up to all fours. Stand tall on your knees for camel, Ustrasana. So knees under the hips, hands come around to the low back, fingers pointing down. A little inward rotation of your thighs. Draw the tail down. Inhale, lift your heart up. You're in the posture right here. Okay, so if you'd like to deepen, as long as your hips stay over your knees, you can begin to reach a little lower. Maybe try to find your feet. If you tuck the toes under, that makes your heels higher. Okay, so really drop into the feeling of that deep front line opening. Okay, heart lifting up towards the sky. Shoulders sliding down the back. One more big inhale breath here. Good, nice. Release. You'll come up square. Peaceful warrior. Bring your feet close. Spread your knees wide. And let's let your belly melt through. Nice long spine. All right, next inhale, come up to a tabletop, all fours. Setting up for a cat roll. So you want the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees, neutral spine. Inhale the breath. And as you exhale, press everything down. Draw the tail down, tuck the chin, and really pull the belly in so your spine is rounding high. Good, hold, breathe here. And release, come back to a neutral spine. Bring your shins together. And you'll lower the hips down to the heels, rabbit, sasangasana. Reach back for the feet and just make contact so you catch the grip on the way down. Inhale, lift the heart, tuck the chin, pull the belly in. Round yourself forward. Now you catch the grip on the heels. And on your inhale, lift the hips up. On your exhale, pull on the heels and round. And bring your forehead in the direction of the knees. You want little to no weight in the top of your head. Okay, catch your heels right here. There you go. Inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale, pull and round, creating even more space. Next inhale, belly in, round yourself up to the top. All right, when you get there, find your seat. Just extend your legs around to the front. Setting up for Paschimottanasana, stretching. Let's start with a little bend in your knees. The toes are flexed back towards the face. As you inhale, sweep the arms high, find peace fingers. And on your exhale, hinge and come forward. So finding your toe lock, wrapping your fingers around your big toes. And as you inhale, lengthen your heart forward towards the feet. And then on your exhale, you can begin to straighten the legs. But if your spine ever begins to round, gone a little too far, bend the knees, pull the heart through. Okay, legs and spine are straight, belly touches the thighs. At that point, then you can change your grip. Okay, lengthen heart forward on the inhale. Finding your stretch, end of your exhale. One more breath here. And then as you inhale, sweep the arms high, get nice and long. Good. Exhale, arms by your sides. All right, seated spine twist. Bend your right knee and place your foot to the outside of your left leg. The right arm will come behind you. Okay, with the hand close to your body, inhale, lengthen through the left side. And you can hook the elbow to the outside of the knee or hug from the inside. You're pressing down to sit up nice and tall. You're using your exhale to twist back. Okay, so pull the ribs down and in. Feel your heart lift. Okay, if you're leaning forward, just bring the line of the jaw back. And not putting a lot of weight in the back hand, it's just there for support. So inhale to sit up tall. Exhale to twist back. And then leave your legs where they are, and you can unwind just the upper body, come around. And then switch. Right leg long, the left knee bends. Left arm comes behind. Inhale, lengthen. So the lengthening helps you hook, creates that space, or you can hug. Press down to sit tall. And then exhale to twist back with your right elbow and your left knee. Again, nice and open through your collarbone. Okay. Long spine on the inhale, twisting back on the exhale. Let's take one more cycle of breath here. And leave your legs, unwind just that upper body. From here, swing your legs around. We're going to find downward facing dog, one-legged pigeon. And just remember, you can come on your back and take foot to knee. That's a little easier on your hips. Lift the heels, inhale, right leg sweeps. Bend the knee and float it towards your right wrist. Okay, so your hips are your guide here. If you're tight, you pull the heel back. And as you open, the shin will draw closer to the front of the room. So just settle in. Drape the belly, the upper body. You can rest on your forearms or maybe lay flat. Let your eyes close. Try to stay here, present with your practice. One more breath. And to release, place your hands under your shoulders, tuck your left toes, inhale, and sweep that right leg high. We'll flow into the other side. Inhale, left leg sweeps, bend the knee, float it towards your left wrist, and make sure the toes on your left foot flex back towards the knee joint. Okay, settling in, adjust, shin forward or heel back. Once you're still, you can close your eyes. Just get curious. The mind wanders, notice, come back. Let's take one more breath here. And then release, hands under the shoulders, tuck the right toes, inhale, the left leg sweeps. And then we'll find downward facing dog one last time. Just hold and breathe. And then you'll drop the knees down to the mat, turn around, and lie down for your last posture, corpse pose. Have a little more space today. You can spread the arms away from the body, palms up. Allow your toes to drop open. You walk the shoulders down. Feel your heart lift. You've done all the other postures to get you here. Let everything fall away. So our minds can get out of control at times. As you move through the rest of your day, things start to kick up from the space. Be curious instead of judgmental. you all very much for stepping on your mats. Great focus with love and gratitude. Namaste. And I will be around with cold hand towels if you do not want one.